You've heard of Overland expos, rallies, cook-offs, and group camps. This was something different. The first year event held in Jay, Oklahoma had the usual suspects, vendors, YouTubers, modest builds, and show trucks, but it also brought some brand new things to the table. From the pool parties to the film festivals, it was clear that this was something new, exciting, and more than just an expo. Overland of America is an experience. Let's talk about this incredible event. So a little bit of context, obviously I'm in the studio, I'm shooting this a little bit after. I just needed to marinate in everything that went down there. I have never experienced anything like Overland of America. Obviously it's in the same vein as a lot of events in the space. There's so many incredible events. The ones that I kind of attend in this area, I do like the Moore Expo. I do Rendezvous in the Ozarks. Sometimes I get out to Big Iron. And then obviously this one with Overland of America, I'm pretty regional. I don't do the big like expos like East and West unless there's a company that's reaching out to ask me to come out and help them either create content or show the truck at their booth. So I'm kind of regional, right? Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas, Arkansas, stuff that I can get to pretty quickly without having to take a ton of time away from my family. And so this one in Jay, Oklahoma just totally fit the bill for me. It's right there. Robbie and Chris reached out. They were a channel sponsor of mine. I've got to work with them now for a little bit, and I'm just absolutely blown away by what I witnessed there. Why am I shooting this in the studio and not there? Well, a couple reasons. Number one, I really wanted some time to kind of process through, watch all the footage, and figure out what the story was here that I wanted to tell, because I wanted to do them right. I wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. They've been so great to me, and I didn't want to just haphazardly throw a video out. That's number one. Number two, I signed a new channel sponsor actually because of this event. Robbie connected me with the good folks over at Anchor. Absolutely incredible products. They reached out. Originally, they wanted me to just help them create some content, maybe review a few products. And as they got a chance to kind of review my channel, they decided to become a channel sponsor for the next 12 months. So I'm so thrilled to be working with Anchor. And while I was at the event, I spent a lot of my daytime in their booth, hanging out with them, kind of talking to customers, showing their product. And I wanted to show them some love. I appreciated them coming on board. And so my time was split between the Anchor booth and my truck, meeting you guys, those of you that came out to the event, getting to hang out and chat with y'all. That's like my favorite part of these expos. Is getting to meet you, talk to people that I normally just respond to in comments, and it's just so cool. I love that part. That's where my time was spent. I didn't do a lot of like walking around, talking head stuff. I did some in the beginning, and I thought, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot exclusively B-roll content at this expo. And then I'm going to go home and sit with it. I'm going to go back through, watch the footage, kind of get my head around what it was we experienced. Because remember, this is a first year event. Get my head around it. And then I'm going to sit down here and kind of podcast on camera style, intermixed with the B-roll that I got, tell you about the event. So I say in the beginning of this video, I told you that there are some overlap. Obviously, we're dealing with vendors, we're dealing with trucks and cool product. There's food trucks. Obviously, there's the YouTubers get together. They did a storyteller area, which was different than other expos I've attended. This was a kind of a new take on that, which I really liked it. And yet somehow this felt like a completely different thing. It was an expo, but it was really an experience that is going to be hard to properly convey through a video like this. But here's what I can tell you. When we first got there, speaking from my experience as a content creator, I have never in my life at any event felt as appreciated and taken care of. And I don't expect any of that ever. You know, I'm just a little YouTuber out here hustling, making content, trying to sell some product and trying to tell some cool stories. That's it. Like, I don't ever expect anyone to treat me the way the guys at Overland of America did. They rolled out the red carpet, man. They put us up in these cool little cabins. They took care of a lot of our expenses. They set us up to be able to partake in or participate in a film festival. That was one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten to do at an event. I've never done it. I've never watched any of my content with a live audience, and it was nerve-wracking and so much fun.
So Chris and Robbie have knocked it out with this event. They told me 5 minutes ago that I needed to talk, so I'm going to make this real short. My favorite thing about this space, overlanding and off-roading, is its ability to restore that childlike wonder that a lot of us lose as adults. And what I mean by that is, like, when we're kids, the world can be like a magical place. But for whatever reason, as we age, life kind of beats that out of us and we lose that. And I personally have experienced like that coming back through these adventures and traveling, the camaraderie, and I've seen it like in a lot of you guys too. Like when we talked today throughout the event, as you guys came to the truck or as we've been throughout here, I can see that in your eyes. And it's hard to put words to this. It's kind of a weird, like, esoteric thing. But I think it's a really beautiful part about the adventure and the camaraderie and the travel. And so when they asked me to put together this video, and they said, you got 15 minutes, small time window, I was like, okay, well, I want to pay homage to that childlike wonder that can return through exploration and specifically overlanding. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.
I just absolutely loved it. And so from my perspective, as someone that was attending the event, asked to come in, they just made me feel like $1 million. And it was such an honor to work with those guys. And what I am saying is not unique to me. I heard Tyler from Independence Overland say this. I heard Matt and Kara and Grant and other people talking about how they were so well taken care of. And I think that just shows, it shows that they care. A lot of expos feel like the YouTubers are being given a favor by being invited to these events to network. And that is true. It does help us network. But on the flip side of that, a lot of the events are benefiting from the YouTuber coming and making content like this video and trying to get their viewers to come out and participate in the event. So, we're kind of scratching each other's back, and I think it's just a cool situation whenever the event recognizes the benefit that you are providing to them, and the content creator recognizes the benefit that the event is providing to them. And neither one of us are sticking our nose ups or being pious, so that they've got that figured out. Now, let's talk a little bit about the vendors at this thing. There were way more than I anticipated for a first year event. I've attended events that have been going for 3, 4, 5 years or more that did not have this number of vendors coming out to participate. That was so cool. Absolutely awesome. Just the diversity in product. I absolutely loved walking around every day. I kind of did the rounds and I saw something new. I was just so amazed at how many people came out for a first year event. I would think a lot of companies would want to hold off and kind of see how things went. Let's see how they do in their first year. Then we'll jump in next year if it worked out well. But no, man, so many people just committed, said we're there. Big brands, not just the little guys, big brands coming out to show their product. And that was super cool. Let's talk about the venue itself. Now, Mid-America Outdoors, they do a lot of stuff in the show truck space. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. When I met Robbie, who I love to death, incredible guy, who helped Chris put this thing on, and I heard that Robbie kind of came from that show truck, car show kind of space, I was initially a little bit skeptical. Here's why. I've been to some of those events. They are a younger audience. They are significantly more rowdy. It's just a whole different vibe. A lot of those events are not family events. In fact, when I came to Overland of America this year, I didn't bring my kids. I thought about it, but when I heard some of the stuff they were doing, the downhill Barbie Jeep race and the pool party, my mind instantly went to kind of the more rowdy, younger crowd, show truck type stuff. And I was just concerned that it wasn't going to be a family event. I didn't want my kids to be around a bunch of like extreme partying or anything like that. So I played it safe. I didn't bring them. Having attended the event, I can tell you 100% that this is a family event, and it is a fun family event. Absolutely, people were having a good time. Absolutely, people were having drinks, but people were responsible. People were respectful. People were quiet in the evenings. The pool party was 100% appropriate. Everyone was. That's the cool thing about this Overland space is maybe it's because we're all a little bit older. I see my YouTube demographics all the time, the people that watch my content, and you guys are 30 to 60, most of you. That's where the majority of my audience. We don't have a lot of 20-year-olds. No knock to the young guys, but some of those folks just like to party more than the rest of us, especially if we have kids. And it was just absolutely a pleasant experience. Nothing was uncomfortable. People had a good time. People were relaxed. People laughed, but it was appropriate and clean and family friendly. And that was super cool to me to get to see that. I already can't wait until next year. If it's anything like it was this year, I'm going to have a blast. If you missed out this time, no sweat. You can go to overlandofamerica.com and check out their website. They've got the new dates already posted for the event. Follow them on social media. Stay up to date. And I know a lot of people kind of hesitate to jump in on these first year deals, and I get that. I totally do. But now you know. It's amazing. It's an experience. It's unlike anything else in the space, and you got to go. So make sure you get your tickets for next year. Hopefully this video does some convincing. I had a blast. I am 100% going to be going back. If just to sit and watch the film festival alone, I mean, I'd go to Jay, Oklahoma to do just that part, much less all the vendors and all the fun and the pool and everything. So awesome event. Hats off to all the guys that help put that on. They've got a great core team there, and then they've got a lot of folks surrounding them that help to run the event and make it smooth. Did a great job. I'll be back. Thanks to all our members for supporting the channel. If you are not a member, you want to become a member, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube. Don't got to go to Patreon. I keep it simple for you guys because that's how we roll. Put your names over here. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. All of our sponsors. Really appreciate you guys as well. And more importantly, remember, the more you camp, the less deer the aliens abduct.